video is going to be about the male issue with respect to the whore epidemic. And the male issue is that at the crux of it, all the problems in the world stem from men. And what I mean by this, or where I come up with this thought process, is the fact that I believe all problems stem from power, and since men are in a position of power, then the root of any problem is derived from a male issue or a male problem. So I don't think there are isolated problems within women, or women have problems of their own, but I think if you peel that back, at the root of it, it's a problem that's brought on by man. And so with the whore epidemic, or the OnlyFans thing, where everyone's hating on the modern woman, I feel like it's propagated mainly by men. You know, it's kind of a cycle. It's like the consumer of that content is men, and so it just propagates in a cycle. So if men want it to stop, then it's men's issue. It's not really a woman issue. It's kind of like women are a reflection of men, pretty much. Men ultimately control the status quo, meaning that it's up to men to change it. They can't just blame women. So that's why I disagree with the manosphere thing. And I think the manosphere culture actually propagates a lot of the issues that they're trying to change, because they don't actually put forth the ideal of a traditional man. None of them have families or are respectful people, and so they're just kind of propagating a lie, or placing the blame on women, when a lot of these times, you know, these OnlyFans people are managed by men. And so it's a weird cycle. And so I would say that, like any issue, as a man, you have to have the agency to change what you want to change, and women will follow. And there's no reason in making it seem like it's their issue or demonizing them, because a lot of the time they're just a reflection of what's popular, because a lot of the time they're a reflection of men in the status quo that men put on, because they control the power. So what are women going to do in that sense? And so the incel culture should be more, the incel culture's anger is misplaced towards women, when it should be placed towards men who fed the system and changed the culture into a very individual, materialistic culture, you know. And I was reading the book The Idiot by Dostoevsky, and there's a character in the book called Nastasia Philippova, I don't know, some Russian name, who cares. She's the main woman, protagonist, antagonist, kind of both, in the book, and she has like a tragic backstory where she was pretty much a concubine for the man that adopted her from like 16 to 20 years old, and everyone pretty much demonizes her in the book for the way she acts, and she's a very chaotic character. But the man that adopted her was also very rich, so she's also a very intelligent and refined woman, but also very chaotic at the same point. She's also extremely beautiful. So everyone loves and resents her, but blames her for all her actions, or demonizes her. And the man, Totsky, who abused her, he isn't shown any disgrace, and he isn't given any blame. It's almost seen as if it's normal, even though he groomed her from the ages of 16 to 20, and pretty much ruined her life, because it's 19th century Russia, so obviously she's pretty much used goods, so nobody wants to marry her either. And so I think in reading that, you see, like, it kind of is a literary example of how the crux is a problem of man, yet it's reflected on the woman, and the woman takes all the blame. Same thing with OnlyFans. I think you could mirror those two stories together. And another thing could be Mary Magdalene in the Bible with Jesus. I mean, she was a prostitute in the Bible, but you don't know much of her actual backstory and how she ended up in prostitution, or what led her there. You know, I feel like even in today's time, it's not like you're born and, you know, when they ask you what you want to be when you grow up, you say prostitution. So, yeah, that's the theme of this video. Everything at its core is a male issue, because men control the power. Oh, and I'd love to have a discussion on any holes in my argument. If you want to bring up something that you think is strictly an issue propagated by women and there's no involvement of man, that'd be cool, because then it would change my perspective. So comment that. Feel free to push back on anything that I said. You know, the whole point of this is for me to just talk to people. So hopefully if I get like 10 viewers, someone will say something about my claim, and then I'll also get better at talking and speaking my thoughts too, and not be so rambly. Thank you.